where this game takes us. And not just that, but be able to kind of close it up there. We're going to see how well this goes. I do not. I feel like we're countering counters with counters right now. As like a Fly Chicken, who's he going to grab? Is he going to be able to take down Hoon? If he does that, then Shark's going to answer with a Fatal Links of his own. We can see here a lot of mobility picked up and the agility, especially on the side of BTK. You've got agility and quantum charges pretty much stacked on their side. So they're looking for a lot of mobility there. And unfortunately, not a lot of Purifies on their team with an Atlas.
Oh!
God.
Iron Hook across the land of Dawn. Does it lead to a kill though? Yes, it does, and Chicken picks it up.
Yeah, great start there for the side of BTK, doing a great job. This is what I want to see from BTK in the early game. Best player, I believe he was able to pick up that minion there, but I mean, a lot of ferociousness here from BTK in the opening first minutes.
I was definitely going to say the deciding factor, a huge deciding factor for BTK is Chicken's performance on this Franco, and a little sneak peek of what we just saw. If he plays like that, I don't think they have anything to worry about, but we are looking at Zia on the top side. Another one of those keys to victory is shutting him down. He's been profiting so much in the gold lane, but look at the play. Possible Fatal Links on the way, but he doesn't have level 4. Zia will find ISO, though, nonetheless. That's not just any player. That is the marksman for BTK, delaying their ADC. Best player jumping in as well for some chip damage.
Not able to pick up 2 kills, but they are able to pick up the single kill before the first turtle is taken. And that's unfortunate for BTK. That's now tied at 1-1.
Yeah, 1-1 so far. Even on kills. It's no secret when it comes to these two teams. They play for the late game, usually looking at an 18-minute finish. But so far today, it's been a completion from TOB to close it out. But Hoon very low, trying to escape. Shark on the chase, does get the stun on the T, but they don't have the damage to take him out. Turtle has spawned in.
Yeah, very similar opening game for BTK here. They've got the power. They're putting on the pressure there. Even Shark having a little bit of trouble kind of maintaining the front line for the Ohio Brothers as the BTK is having a great job kind of flanking and getting around it. But the Ohio Brothers in a good position for this first turtle.
Yeah, you are seeing Milo, though, trying to gatekeep Mobazane from hitting the Retribution. Best player does wrap around. Both junglers in position. Zane, again, out Retri's best player. There goes the Iron Hook, not going to connect, but a flicker in with the Bloody Hump for the suppression on the Milo. Appraises wrap from the damage of Zane. Not really going to do much to the Ohio Brothers, but the taunt is still there with the Energy Eruption. Zane on Hoon like some glue. And T with the heavy left punch to secure the kill.
Yeah, they are all over the Ohio Brothers right now. We were just talking about that too, especially when you saw that Hoon with that great Nether Realm support. Another hook!
Huge play from Fried Chicken. As Yato with the snipe from a mile away secures the kill on Shark.
Yeah, I like this. I like this from Fly Chicken. We're not just dancing around being an XP laner, using a fighter as a roam. We just went full roam. We picked up Franco. We didn't go with some fighter composition with it, and he is shining in it.
Yeah, definitely shining so far, right? I mean, you're looking at BTK leading in terms of kills. They're up by 2,000 gold, and another Iron Hook, but this time onto the marksman for TOB. This may even give Zia some trouble in the gold lane.
Yeah, right now Zia sitting at level 6, so he's about the same thing with ISO right now. And now BTK turning the tables, gonna start putting some pressure on the Ohio Brothers jungle.
But the response back, they're gonna fight it out for the purple buff. Tips of Blades does drop down. You are gonna see best player pick a kill. He's gonna find T. Mobazane very low, does not sustain himself. Hoon does secure a kill on him. 2 members falling for the Bloodthirsty Kings.
Just too much sustain, too much CC at the Ohio Brothers front there for that. You had the Nether Realm come out to keep the Bloodthirsty Kings topped. To keep the Bloodthirsty.
Whoa!
Yeah, or who was that? I think that was Hoon comes in for the kill, but a suppression at the bottom takes out Yellow. But like I said, there's just so much going on that Bloodthirsty Kings need to fight through to actually get the kill onto the Ohio Brothers during these team fights.
Yeah, and we also got to keep an eye on Zia. Yet again, finds a way to take the turret on the top side. But on the bottom side, a trade on the way is T. Left unchecked, will be able to take that turret for BTK.
Yeah, a massive amount of damage for T so far. He's going to go ahead, take that, and now we're going to go ahead, fight for this next turtle. See if Zane has what it takes to get another steal away.
Oh, but the double set with the fatal links. Last second from Super Shark. Last sanity from Milo. Tips play, dropping down for best player. Finds Mobazane. Yato takes down Shark, but best player with the retribution claims the turtle for the Ohio brothers.
Yeah, they get the turtle, they lose a 1, they take 1 from BTK there. So all in all, a good fight for the Ohio brothers. But I like this, that BTK still keeping the pressure on. They lost that turtle, but they're gonna go ahead and keep on pushing, trying to get those objectives and punish the Ohio brothers early game.
A risky play from T, but he's able to escape the wrath of best player with barely any HP. Is going to have to go ahead and recall back to safety. We are looking at both teams being even in terms of turrets, but in terms of gold, we are looking at Zia having the slightest advantage so far. He's definitely outscaling ISO yet again, but not by much. In the mid lane, though, Super Shark is going to find Fried Chicken. The taunt, the knock-up from the Energy Eruption, the Astro Echo going out from afar, and the Snipe. Zane will pick up the kill. No, ISO takes it. Is going to go ahead and secure that kill. Burst down, Super Shark.
Yeah, they're doing such a good job too. Here, BTK, we saw the items for a second. Hunter Strike already picked up the Clock of Destiny on to Yato as well. And then ISO already picking up that BOD as well. So they're in a great position. They're dishing out so much damage here in the early game. And you see on the other side, I mean, more of a weathered pace there, except for, of course, the jungler, best player, who's still kind of coming up with a lot of those damage items. So Bloodthirsty Kings just have a lot more ways and avenues that they can go in with a lot of this damage in the early game when it comes to these objectives. We just need to see if they can kind of continue transitioning these into objectives.
Right, they do definitely have a little bit of a slight advantage in terms of the map by having one additional turret, right? Now, the goal difference isn't that much. It's only 600, so this is still pretty much a stalemate between both of these teams. We mentioned best player running on the link. He does have a little bit of an advantage rotating around this map when the things are not looking in their favor, right? He can use that mobility from the Finch pose, go in and take the turrets. But then again, he has the invulnerability with the Tempest Ablaze to be able to drop down and get a retribution on these lords. But Mobazane's just been a little bit faster so far in the retribution.
Yeah, and he's been doing such a great job trying to snatch these up. I believe that's 2 turtles to 1 right now. We're going to be transitioning into the Lord soon, and this is where these fights are going to come. We're reaching out of the laning phase here and looking to kind of continue on this pressure. T putting on some damage on the Hoon. Is he going to be able to get away?
Oh, forces out the flicker. Best player rushes in, and now a punish on the way. Perfect match from Super Shark. Not able to close the distance, even with the conceal play. Still 6-6 on the scoreboard, but if history goes to repeat itself, TOB, they're known to play it out to the late game, and that's when they start to thrive.
Boy, T just took off. He was a speed for that, trying to get out of there. Even ran through the tower of the Ohio brothers to get away. I'm actually surprised best player wasn't in a position to kind of use that Finch pose to kind of capture him from the back line. So they're just doing such a great job right now. But like we said, it's those mistakes as we start moving into the late game. We need to see if BTK can kind of hold on to this lead and transition it into a something that's inescapable for TOB.
And speaking of escapable, best player caught with some heavy punches from T. Tips the blades down. The knockup puts T on a trampoline and Finch poises to safety. But I wonder how... Oh my goodness, Iron Hook. Suppression from the Bloody Hunt. Fried Chicken catching one. Milo will fall. Yato securing the kill. Zane with Energy Eruption on the Hoon. They have the numbers. They have the damage. Yato secures a double and takes him down.
A very different game. I almost want to say this isn't as dominating as BTK was in that second.
Whoa.
Oh, here comes a Fatal Links.
Does go in for the set on the Chicken. Torn apart memories as well from Zia. A lot of utility to take down the roamer for BTK. You got to ask, was it worth it? On the top side, though, T will claim the turret.
Yeah, claims the turret there. This is going to go ahead, set up this next Lord, especially when you don't have your roam. Still 10 seconds, so I think the whole team is going to be up. We just need to be able to watch these corners, and it doesn't look like they're going to go immediately for it. Oh, they might have called ISO.
Yeah, but best player very low. Hoon takes down ISO, but best player hit the Astro Echo. Same with Hoon, same with Shark, and Zane, seizing the opportunity, takes down Hoon, and now pulls the aggro for the Lord.
Oh, a great pickup there for BTK. 1-for-1 trade. But on the other side of the map, Zia doing a great job capturing towers and punishing BTK for it as well.
Yeah, and speaking of punishing, Zia at about 50% HP. T just putting on the damage. Man has cinder blocks in his boxing gloves right now. You are going to look at the Lord at about 50% HP. Mobazane in position for Retribution. Yato on the backside, though, taking a lot of damage. Best player is going to secure the kill. Mobazane, though, getting pushed out of the Lord Pit. Milo zoning out BTK. Chicken going back in. They don't plan on letting this objective go without a fight, but here Super Shark does have the Fatal Links. Suppression goes in. You're going to see the Cold Altar activated. Timson Blade dropping down. Retribution. Super Shark takes down Chicken. Zane, again, finds a neutral objective. Claims the Lord for BTK, but now the punish may be on the way. Milo dealing some damage. Zia finds T, and both teams disengage from the Lord Pit.
They pay for that Lord with 2 deaths on the side of BTK. I want to say it's still in favor of BTK. A great job dancing around that. And this is kind of the problem. This is what we've been wanting to see. The problems that happens when you're using an assassin against a tanky player when it comes to these Lord engagements. And now we can see kind of the full force of that because you have the Bloodthirsty Kings in a great position, zoning out the rest of the team, helping Mobazane to try to get those retributions as well, and then putting on the pressure to best player.
We are now transitioned into the mid game, slowly creeping to the late. Right now, you are looking at 3 turrets in favor for BTK, and also a gold lead up by 1,000.
Yeah, we see that Fly Chicken already picked up a decent amount of defense. As we look on to the marksman position, BOD and Hunter Strike, and the Malefic Roar for ISO. On the other side, we have a Zia. Oh, we have a little bit of engagement.
Yeah, engagement on the way. Zia, Mega taking down with the Fatal Links for the set. The huge save to keep their marksman alive. Zia picks up a kill off the assist, takes out T. Milo finds Chicken. Best player finds ISO. 4 members falling for BTK. Mobazane trying to fight out against a full team of TOB, but Zia, yet again, trumples over, takes the kill. A full wipeout as TOB now will push up the map.
And this is what we were talking about at the beginning when we saw the draft. There's so many avenues that the Ohio brothers have when it comes to these team fights. Not only do you have to get through a Cult Altar, not only do you have to get through that damage from Yellow, but you also have that Fatal Links from Super Shark that can set your entire team. There's so many boxes that you need to check if you're BTK to have a successful fight, and we're starting to see them get overwhelmed by it.
Yeah, that was definitely costly, right? They lost 4 members and then it turned into a wipeout. They can't afford for that to happen again, or TOB will close this game out. I mean, they're stripped down. Their base has been cracked open on the bottom side as that inhibitor has fallen.
Yeah, and right now the gold lead has shifted, just about a 2K gold lead for the Ohio brothers. They are in the commanding lead here right now, but well, not even a commanding lead, but they have the momentum, and we've talked about this before. That is the most dangerous Ohio brothers to face because it's so hard. They're so tight on the choke that they put on to enemy teams, and they just keep squeezing and squeezing. As the game keeps on going on, they keep punishing you more and more. They keep taking objectives. So it's honestly, it's on BTK. They need to wait. They need to be patient and find these picks. They have the optimal composition for it. Fly Chicken. Oh.
Almost connects with that iron hook. Right now, you are looking at Zia still having an amazing game. 5-0-4, best player alongside him. 5-0-6, just dominating so far in this match. But BTK, they don't plan on letting these objectives go with ease, right? They still have the fight in them and the possibility to turn this around, as Chicken has been pretty much on point with these iron hooks. We haven't really seen too many explosive sets as we've trickled into the second half of this game, but we still can't count them out. I think if Chicken can place a proper hook and catch a backline or the jungler, BTK can still close this out.
Yeah, we're going to see if it's possible here. We got a pretty decent spread right now. T able to go ahead, take a tower. Best player in a very peculiar position here on the back flank here, looking for an opportunity to kind of get in there. This is kind of the dance you play when you're playing an assassin position during these Lord fights. You're going to want to get in, swoop. Oh, man, they're in such a great position. It's so crazy because the best player goes up for a Finch pose. He's going to get caught by Franco.
Yeah, I'm keeping my eyes on him right now, wondering what his game plan is. He is going to rush in to the Lord, realizes it's very low, and there he he goes. Is going to claim it for the Ohio brothers. Cool, calm, and calculated for the jungler of TOB.
Yeah, and that's what I talk about. That's just some of those things that I can't even like react to. Is that the ability of some of these great assassin junglers to be patient, know where the Lord is at, and then be able to swoop in, get the retribution, and then disappear into the night. Likely here for the Ohio brothers. Right now, Bloodthirsty Kings are going to need an answer. We've talked about the pushing power of the Ohio brothers. They are able to close games even with non-luminous lords. So it's on the Bloodthirsty Kings here to kind of be able to counteract that here as we have a luminous lord crashing down at bottom.
That is going to be a problem, right? I mean, TOB is known to try and close this out with these lords, and they may try and go in for the finish here. BTK has to have a strategy. They need to be able to fend them off and stop this lord at all costs, as you are seeing the lanes be synced from the Ohio brothers for a possible seize and a possible ending for this game.
Ooh!
All right, you are going to see Iron Hook with the Bloody Hunt suppression. The silence on a shark, but he did bait it out, which means there is no Bloody Hunt. Maybe a slight advantage, though. He didn't use the Fatal Links, if I'm correct, which means he does have the set potential still.
Well, yeah, and that's just such a great read by Shark not to use it because his team wasn't in a good position for it.
Yeah, and speaking of positioning, Milo far behind enemy lines, but speaking of enemy lines, you are going to see Super Shark Immortality being procced. Mobazane falling, Zia taking out T, gets a double, finds Mobazane. A new MVP is in the building, but wait a minute! Chicken is gonna snatch it away from his chest with the Iron Hook. Down goes Zia. Chicken, though, immortality has been procced. Best player to respond will take him down. Yato by himself. And he stopped them from closing this game. Milo immortality being procced with minions in the mid lane. The flicker in from Shark. God. The emote, the last insanity, the suppression, the explosion, and the base crystal at 10% HP. TOB, a clean sweep in the winners finals against BTK.